for details.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
This is Rogers TV, Grey County.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of COVID-19 Rogers Television program. My name is Carol Merton, and before I welcome our guests today, those of you who watch the program know that I like to say a few words of thank you just at the very beginning of the program. And today I want to let you know about a wonderful initiative that Rogers Sports and Media is undertaking to say thank you to all of our frontline healthcare workers. You may notice that I have a t-shirt on and I'm short, so it's hard to see, but it really is a heart. It's a red heart in the front and some words at the back. The t-shirts they're selling, and you can go online. It's a Hearts and Smiles campaign. You can purchase, and we're encouraging those who want to support the frontline workers, consider participating in this Hearts and Smiles campaign. All proceeds from t-shirts that they're selling and masks actually go to the Frontline Fund, which through hospital foundations provides supplies and support to healthcare professionals. And you know, we want to recognize that these frontline healthcare professionals put themselves ahead of others to ensure our safety and well-being. Our frontline workers continue to have our backs through COVID-19, and it's time for us to have theirs as well. And I'd show you the back of my t-shirt that it says that we've got their backs, but I'm not going to do that on television at the moment. I want you to know that the Frontline Fund is certainly created by hospital foundations themselves. It's a charity that supports more than 150 hospital foundations across Canada, which are battling COVID-19. So the three areas that the foundation and the fund does, it provides supplies for healthcare workers, including personal protective equipment, support for healthcare workers, for example, hotel rooms, if they have to stay near the hospitals to be close and handy for the long hours they're putting in, any mental health resources that are required to support them during this stressful time. It also supports research for clinical drug trials and for vaccine development. In addition, certainly 10% of all the funds that are raised will be allocated to the Canadian territories and the Aboriginal communities. And you can support the Frontline Fund by going to www.heartsandsmiles.ca to consider buying shirts, t-shirts, different colors, white, black. They all have hearts at the front, and to consider buying a t-shirt and mask combo, or certainly just a package of masks. So thank you for your support, and certainly Rogers Sports and Media. We all want to say thank you to our frontline providers for helping us stay healthy and safe during this COVID-19. And on that note, I also want to say thank you to my guest who's joining me today. And Stephane Termeer is the owner of a show, not a show, I'm doing the show. She's an owner of a shop that's called All Things Tea. And I wanted to have someone come on the program who could discuss how they have a business that has had to pivot as a result of COVID-19, some of the lessons learned, any helpful hints or suggestions, and just generally to talk about how even in these days we can move businesses forward. Stephanie, thank you for joining me today. I'm delighted to have you on the show.
Thank you, Carol.
So I'm wondering if you'd mind, first of all, telling us about a little bit about yourself and about your shop, your store, because you've been in Owen Sound area, but you had a recent move, and then COVID-19 hit. So tell us a bit more about you and the product that you have, and we'll go from there.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for having me. I started the store in April 1st, 2017 in the downtown location. In the beautiful Chicago building. We kind of outgrew that location, and yes, in last fall we moved up to 10th Street West. It used to be the old Roosters Diner, and once we moved up here, the business really took off, and it was very exciting. After Christmas, when sales typically drop, ours did not until March 14th when COVID struck.
So tell me about the store is called All Things Tea, but just tell me a little bit about what's in your store, because you support local artisans as well, I believe.
Yes, I do. So the tea is teas, treats, trinkets, and treasures.
Oh my goodness. So we don't mean just drinking tea.
We don't mean just drinking tea. You can purchase loose leaf tea, bag tea to take home and enjoy. You can sit and have a cup here in the store. The treats can be food items. It can be, you can purchase a piece of jewelry, lots of handmade artisan items. We have the works of over about 60 local artisans in the store. And I'm always looking for unique items, new items that you wouldn't find in any regular store.
Mm-hmm. So tea it stands for a variety of things.
It does.
But what interests me is that pre-COVID, you set up a business, we'll call it a business, that not only provides a product, but it supports the local community and artists as well. Do you mind telling me a little bit about how that actually works when people might have an interest in having things displayed in your store?
Basically, it's on a consignment basis. You don't pay for the space. I do take a commission on any sales that are made. And as long as it's, a unique item, I do have woodworking, I have jewelry, I have candles, I have lots of sewing items, bags, bowls, lots of different items. There's stained glass, there's pottery, soap.
Wow. So it would almost be an adventure just to even browse through the store to see all the different. Were you surprised that there was an interest in people displaying things in your store?
I wasn't surprised, really. I've only been in Owen Sound about 6 years now, and I found when I moved here, I didn't find that variety available on a Christmas craft shows was about it.
Yes.
So when I decided to open the store, it was kind of an idea to fill it with things that you could be purchased year round.
Yes, which is great.
It is.
So when you moved, you said your store continued to do so well after Christmas. Mm-hmm. So if we could just chat a bit about what made that difference, and then we'll chat about COVID. What do you think made the difference for your store?
The biggest thing that I heard from the customers is location. The fact that I now have a parking lot right in front of my doors, easy access, and being at the top of 10th Street here and 8th Avenue, Air 8th Street. You see it when you come across that intersection. It's right there in your face.
Yeah, yeah. So that made a big difference.
It did, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So we got through Christmas, Valentine's Day, and all of a sudden COVID-19 hit.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about the impact on your business and what you did around all of this.
Even before the province mandated, we removed our sniffer tins. We took a table away to open up more space for customers sitting. We were implementing more sanitizing of the machines, the door handles. That didn't last long because the government closed us down.
Yeah. Not just you, though.
No, not us.
Yeah.
Being that we have, tea and coffee, food items, grocery items, we probably could have stayed open, but we chose to close. We closed for 10 days, and that allowed us to get our online store up and running.
Okay. So you went online. You pivoted your model.
Yes, we did. We had meant to do the online store last year. My partner was having shoulder replacement, and we figured he could work on the store while he was laid up. But doing things one-handed wasn't really that easy.
No. Good plan. Didn't follow through.
And then in August, we decided to move the store. And from the time I opened until pretty much COVID struck, the store was just too busy and we didn't have the time to focus on that. Right. So closing for 10 days allowed us to get the online store going. And that has actually taken off really well. So
help me understand how that would work and how because there's different models, but how does it work for you? And do you like it?
I do like it. So basically all our tea, our coffee, most of our tea related products are online. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of the artisan works up because they are all one-of-a-kind items. And people like to see them and touch them, and it's hard to judge size in a photo.
Sure.
So you can go online and you can order basically all of our tea products and accessories. And if you want curbside pickup, you can note that. If you want local delivery, we offer free in town, well, up to 10 kilometers around town, free local delivery. And we do have started Canada-wide shipping.
Wow.
So, yes.
So people can go online, they basically pay online. Mm-hmm. And then curbside means they can come to your store and you would have it just outside the store, correct?
Correct.
Or you would actually ship to their home.
Yes.
So you deliver free, but I'm sure the shipping is not free.
We have shipping, I believe it's under $75. I think it's $14.99 everywhere.
Which is, shipping is a cost of doing business, right? People understand that. So they have choices, whether they can come and get it, you would deliver it within 10 kilometers, or then if they want it delivered to their home, then that's different as well.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you now are expanding how far you're shipping product to. How far does that go?
Surprisingly enough, across Canada. And these are customers, I have no idea how they, came across the store. We do advertise through Google, but I have shipped packages from Newfoundland all the way out to Edmonton.
Wow.
Points in between.
That is amazing. And you would not have expected that, I imagine.
No, it was quite a shock.
Yes. For sure, but it just goes to show you that, how you market can make a difference, correct?
Yes, yes.
Are you putting in more hours yourself because of this?
A little bit. It's not as pressurized now because I'm at home working on marketing. We're doing Facebook posts, Instagram posts. I do lack in the Instagram posts somewhat. I'm not really a fan. But, and Pete helps me a lot with that.
Yeah.
So that's good. But I try not to be in the store too often, just because I want to keep it, still keep that distancing.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How about you getting your supplies? Has that been an issue?
Up until 2 weeks ago, it had been pretty good. I just actually waited 10 days for my last tea order, which normally I have next day. So it's
okay.
a little bit frustrating. So now I'm not letting my product run quite as low as what I would have before because it's going to take too long to get.
Yeah. So there's been a bit of a change.
There has, yes.
Yeah, yeah. And so you're just switching up by having more product online. Yeah, yeah.
Keeping more stock in the store that I, if
Yeah,
I fill my last tins, I wouldn't necessarily reorder the product right away, but now I'm ordering it quickly.
yeah. So still working from home, the main amount. We're all hoping for restrictions to be lifted. So maybe we can chat a little bit about how you might envision a business model changing with restrictions or partial restrictions, in place. Maybe, so what if we get good news and you can start to open up a bit? How will you plan to do that?
It's really tough. I'd love to have a sanitizer machine right at the door where people can sanitize their hands when they come in. Getting those products are very hard to come by right now.
Okay.
I've talked to several suppliers, and a lot of them are months out, July and August.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. I may stick to the online shopping, or we can also do a virtual tour. So if you think of something that you've seen in the store or wondered if I have, I can actually walk around with the iPad and say, well, this is what I have for here. You can just message me on Facebook and we can do the virtual tour.
Yeah.
For opening up to customers again, I can't see that happening too quickly.
Okay.
Just because of the nature of the products.
Yeah.
Like I said, people like to handle the artisan works, and so to keep that clean as possible.
Yeah. So for sure, there are, because of the touching of the items, and you carry a variety of loose teas as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're waiting to hear how that will be impacted.
Yes. The tins, we can wipe them down. Everything is sealed. Like I said before, we've removed our sniffer tins, so you can't smell the flavors anymore. But if you wanted a sample, I can certainly, package up a little sample for you to take home and try.
Yeah. Many stores are considering the use of personal protective equipment, masks and gloves. Do you foresee that may be necessary in the small business world?
Yes, I think it will, especially when we're handling the food, treats and teas. And I do have the gloves, I have the face masks, and we're looking at installing the plastic shield over the counter.
Okay, so people would pay by a variety of ways, cash or credit, but you're going to use the plexiglass just to keep things safe?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there is a concern about personal protective equipment being available, but you're saying you feel you're okay at this point in time.
Yes, we do have a good supply of masks and gloves. And I will still take cash. I know a lot of businesses have said no cash.
Mhm.
To me, if you have exact change, that's great. If not, I will make change.
Yeah.
I don't think cash is any dirtier now than it was before all this happened.
Yeah. 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 So, from your perspective, as a business owner, an entrepreneur, what would you say to others based on what you've learned through this? And we're all still learning as we go along. What words of advice would you have around how to still survive in COVID-19 as a business owner?
I think the best thing to do is keep an open mind and be flexible, and go with the flow. If the government says we have to do this for our own protection, for our customers' protection, then we will do it the best we can. And if we can't, keep everybody safe, then we don't offer that service.
Yeah, yeah. So you've really had to do a lot of looking at not just the product that you have, but you also have to look at how the product flows from person to person and also out the door. Who would have thought a year ago that we'd be sitting here talking about you wearing masks and gloves and changing? I mean, it's a whole new world.
It is.
Yeah. So one of the concerns will be about the survival of businesses in the future. That's a big concern as we move along. As we move through COVID-19, do you think you'll continue with doing the online and retail together? Is this a model that you think has potential? Because we don't know how many waves of COVID-19 we might experience or any other virus in the future.
Exactly. Yeah. And yes, the online store, I think, has been a big benefit to our sales. And because tea is so light, it can be shipped pretty much anywhere.
Yes. Yes.
But people seem to like being able to order at 2 a.m. The online store is open 24/7. So
wow. Yeah.
You can order when it suits you. And we have set pickup days. We're now doing Tuesdays and Saturdays from 10 till 3 and Fridays from 10 until 6. So we've changed the hours again. Previously, we were just open 2 days a week for pickups, and now we've expanded those hours.
Yeah. So how does that process work for pickup? Do people call, or you call them and say, okay, be here at a certain time? Like, do you make it by appointment?
No, the online pickup, it gives you our hours that are available for pickup. And then when you come, you just simply call in and say, I'm here. I use the Square point of sale system. And when all this started happening and there was curbside pickup, they actually changed their sales model so that you could actually put your license plate and vehicle information in to your pickup, to your order. So you call me and say, oh, this is so-and-so, and I just look at my receipt and it says what kind of car you have and what your license plate number is. So I know, going out the door who I'm going to see.
Yes, yes. So basically you hand over the product, is that correct?
Yep.
And then they would just use the point of sale as the payment method.
When you order online, you actually enter your credit card information. So the online orders are all prepaid. And you can pop your trunk and I'll put it in your trunk for you, in the back seat, however you want. If you want it just left in front of your vehicle, and you get out of your car and then pick it up, that's fine too. For phone orders and messenger orders, I can send you an invoice where you can pay by e-transfer, or you can then use your credit card. or you can pay by tap when you get to the store here, tap or cash.
Yeah. So you're describing a variety of different ways of doing business. You've talked about the technology, the virtual tour. So you're showing people curbside delivery, point of sale using, a variety of ways to pay other than, but not excluding cash, all of which open up new opportunities for sure. Do you miss the contact with people?
Yes. I've made a lot of friends through the store, and to not be able to chat with them has been really tough.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of my customers who come in and had tea or coffee, sat and chatted. It was nice social time for everybody. So that is definitely missing throughout this.
Yeah. I think it's a drain, and it can be exhausting. It makes you appreciate that social connection that's part of retail sales. It's not definitely just about the product, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How are you taking care of yourself in these COVID-19 days?
I'm doing a little baking, and it's nice to have some free time. Finally.
Yes.
I haven't had much time in the last 3 years, so it's kind of been nice. My cats will be really glad when I go back to work full time, because I think they're starting to hate me being home.
For sure. I often tell the story about my poor dog. He's almost begging me not to walk him anymore, and he's, my standing joke is he used to have the length of Great Dane legs, and now I've walked him so often he's a Shih Tzu.
That's funny.
So for business survival and as a business, do you belong to an organization or an association or a group of other business owners?
I just recently joined the Chamber of Commerce. I am also a member of the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. So they've done some great webinars on not only on the product, but on businesses, trying to survive through this. So lots of things out there. Also the Can Gift organization.
I'm not sure I know that one. Can you say a bit?
They do the retail trade shows in twice a year, and they've also done a lot of webinars, how to market your business and change things over.
Yeah. So you have access to other resources as well. Would you encourage that with other business owners as well?
Absolutely. Everybody has new ideas. They may have tried something before, and just gaining that knowledge from other owners, other businesses going through this.
Yes, I would think exactly that. A support for each other, and sort of like a menu. You take what you like from their ideas and see if it fits your particular business model as well.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate. Yeah, I can't believe our time has passed already, Stephanie. I've really appreciated the opportunity to chat with you, and certainly your ability to pivot your model and to look at different ways, I think is certainly helpful for others to know as well. We want our businesses to survive. They're critical. So thank you for being on this program, and all the best. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you to our viewing audience. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay safe. Thank you.